Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Jinzle bringing out a video here today, and today I'm going to be telling you guys a little story. I've already told this story. It actually, I think, was before I even had 150 subscribers. It was so long ago already. It all started when I was, I think, a junior in high school. If you guys didn't know, I graduated a year and a half ago. So my junior year, well, actually the end of my sophomore year, I started to become a little bit of a troublemaker. I don't really know what it was. I think I was just really sick of school at that point. So I was just like, you know what, like, what is it gonna matter if I just get in trouble, like, from here till, like, the end of my high school career? And so I just ended up getting in a ton of trouble all the fucking time. So, with me having, like, the worst attitude towards school, like, out of anybody I have ever met, I had this one teacher, I don't really want to say his name, we're gonna call him Mr. Dickhead. How about that? Because I still fucking hate this guy. He wasn't always that bad of a guy. He seemed, like, kind of really hard on me for some reason, like, for some stupid reason that I still to this day don't understand. But I don't know if it was just me or if it was like true, but I always felt like teachers would always just single me out, and I'm not entirely sure why I felt like that or if it was actually true. So the way my school worked, we would have a history class and another class that would, I think it was like you and the law or a psychology class. So you had you and the law and a psychology class slash another history class. You'd have one for half the semester, and then you have the other one for the other half of the semester. So I had him for, usually you don't have the same teacher for both these classes, but it just so happened I ended up having Mr. Dickhead for both these classes. So with me having him for both these classes, that meant I saw him twice a day. Because I needed an extra history credit, so I ended up taking both the classes at the same time instead of one halfway and one halfway. We did not get along very well at all after the first, like, week or so of class. So like I said, he used to single me out for fucking everything, and after he really started to piss me off, I started to get really, like, mouthy with him. So like I said, I had a fucking horrible attitude towards school. So I would always go to school every day just hating my life. So with that being said, going to his classes didn't make me feel any better, ever. So one day, we were, I think it was the end of class, I think it was in my psychology class. So I'm sitting there, literally there's maybe like between 5 and 7 minutes left of class. I'm gonna be that exact because I know for a fact there was like almost no time left in that class period. And everybody's on their phone, like everybody's texting on Twitter, on Instagram, like they're actually using their phones. And I remember who they were too. It was like two guys like midway in the back of the classroom, and this one girl, like, all the way in the back. They were all using their phone. At the end of class, I used to listen to music in between classes. Like, I would always have my music fucking blaring so I didn't have to deal with people in the hallways. So, I'm hooking up my headphones. Like, I just pull I had an iPhone 4, so I pull out of my pocket just enough to get to the headphone jack. I plug my headphones in, and I'm getting ready to leave the classroom. And then Mr. fucking Dickhead is like, "Hey, Steven, can I talk to you for a minute?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, like, whatever." So I walk up to his desk. I walk up to this asshole's desk, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna have to take your phone." So I was just like, why? He's like, "Oh, well, you're using your phone, and you don't have my permission to be using your phone." So I was like, no, like, there's other people using their phones too, so I'm not gonna give you my phone when, like, everybody else in the classroom is using their phones. And he's like, "Oh, like, you can't get an attitude with me over this, like, I'm like the superior, I'm your teacher, you have to respect me in that aspect." And I was like, "Dude, I'm not gonna respect you if you're singling me out among, like, fucking 20 other kids in the class." So he's like, "No, like, I really need to take your phone. If you have an attitude or a problem with that, then you can leave the room, you can go to the dean's." I was just like, "Alright, dude, well, first things first, I'm gonna tell you to go fuck yourself for being an asshole to me all the fucking time." I felt like my fucking cock was like 12 inches long, dude. I felt so good after telling him to go fuck himself. So I tell him to go fuck himself. I'm just like, "Dude, like, honestly, you can go fuck yourself. You always single me out. You always do this shit." I threw my phone on his desk, and I went to go walk away. And I walked back. My seat was like three seats away from his desk, so he could see me. I understand why he asked me to give him his phone, but there was no need to take my phone when he can visibly see everybody else using their phones. So obviously, tell him to go fuck himself. Walked back to my seat. I sit down at my desk, and I just sit there like this, just fucking chilling. I was just hanging out. I was like, "Dude, this guy can go fuck himself. Guy is such an asshole." I'm just hanging out, chilling. He just looks at me. He just gives me the dirtiest fucking look. I remember it to this day, the dirty look that motherfucker gave me. So he's glaring at me, and I'm just looking back at him like, yeah, I fucking said it, bitch, what's up? He's like, alright, you need to leave my class, you need to go to the dean's right now. And I was just like, alright, so I marched my happy ass down to the, actually, I didn't even go to the dean's because the bell rang as soon as I left the classroom. And dean's secretary came to get me at lunch to give me my phone back, and she's like, hey, like, you should have just gone to the dean's or whatever, probably would have saved you a lot of trouble and whatnot. Like, I remember her, she was so cool. So she comes to the lunchroom, gives me my phone back, and I'm thinking, I'm just like, yo, I'm fucking in the clear, dude. I'm never getting in trouble for telling, like, the #1 asshole teacher of the entire high school to go fuck himself. Like, everybody was fucking so happy I told him to go fuck himself. Oh, it was just a beautiful day. I felt so good for that period. I went to the dean's. The dean at my school was just like, hey, like, are you serious? Like, you actually told him to go fuck himself and all this stuff. So I ended up getting suspended for a few days. My parents didn't really care because they knew how unfair he used to be to me all the time. Obviously, like, I'm not saying, like, go tell every teacher you've ever had to go fuck himself, or you have to stand up for yourself, especially in some situations with teachers. Okay, so schools teach us to, like, try to be, like, an equal with our teacher. Like, they're obviously, like, respect them as an adult, and obviously they're supposed to respect you back. But I always found some kind of, like, loss of respect between me and teachers. I'm not sure if it was just me because I had a horrible attitude towards school or what, but like I always thought teachers were singling me out for something. But he was. That's a fact. Like, people, like, even kids I know were just like, dude, like, you had every right to tell him that because he always used to bust my fucking balls for something in school. So like I said, moral of the story, don't go tell every teacher you have to go fuck themselves or whatever. I have a lot of suspension stories, basically I have a story for almost fucking everything. So if you guys want to see those videos, then obviously leave a comment down below. Let me know that you guys want to see more videos like this. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, and let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more videos like this. I have a lot of stories to tell, so peace the fuck out, everybody.